Microsoft Dynamics Navision, or NAV as it's known in current terminology, is a legacy enterprise resource planning system that has its roots from the Danish application PC Plus, where in the late 90s it was created as a Danish accounting system that then evolved over time to start to handle more inventory, more manufacturing and project operations, when then was acquired by Microsoft in the early 2000s. At that point that it was acquired, it turned into Microsoft Navision, and then through the later stages has turned into one of the majority used SMB ERPs in the world today. And so Microsoft Navision is now transformed into Dynamics 365 Business Central, and the main code base of Dynamics 365 Business Central is all based on Microsoft NAV. So the programming language in NAV is CAL, and now it has been transformed for the cloud with AL. So really they are about 80 to 90% of the same code base, with lots of enhancements being introduced for the new cloud age. Microsoft Navision is a great product, been around for a long time, but now there is only the on-premise version of NAV that is available. Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central is the cloud version of Navision, GP, and Solomon all combined together. So it really gives you all of the benefits that you experienced with NAV, but now in a cloud modern age where you're able to use tools that make it much more interoperable with your Microsoft applications or productivity applications that you're using today, like Excel, Teams, PowerPoint, OneNote, etc. And it also allows you to leverage many means of integration with external systems that are more difficult to integrate with an on-premise solution. In addition to that, the movement to Dynamics 365 Business Central from NAV eliminates the headache that you have today of maintaining the current on-prem environment. No longer do you have to worry about the existing local servers or the virtualized servers and managing the firmware updates or associated software updates with those. Now all of that is abstracted for you, and you don't have to worry about the maintenance of the Dynamics 365 Business Central product, as that has all been given over to the hands of Microsoft for them to manage for you. Microsoft is extremely heavily invested into making the transition from its legacy ERPs like Great Plains, Solomon, and Navision as easy as possible. So they've introduced many tools into the market today that help you seamlessly transition from those ERPs to Dynamics 365 Business Central in the cloud. Specifically, the data upgrade tool is used very heavily on NAV upgrades and GP upgrades, where you're able to connect an existing NAV or GP environment into a Dynamics 365 Business Central environment in the cloud through a data gateway that then transforms all of your data schema and data model and actual data into the version that's required for Dynamics 365 Business Central. When it comes to upgrading from Dynamics NAV to Dynamics 365 Business Central, we see that the training and change management required from an end user readiness perspective is much easier than going through a full implementation from an external ERP to an actual Microsoft ERP. That's because in the way that it exists in Microsoft NAV today, there's a lot of similarities between NAV and Dynamics 365 Business Central. And so going through this process of reforming the process scenarios or the actual end-to-end process flows that you're performing, really only the changes are going to be what is experienced as new for your users. But then at the same time, you're getting all of the benefits of now being in the cloud and being on more of a modern ERP and leveraging all of the capabilities that Microsoft has introduced since 2014 until now with Dynamics 365 Business Central in 2024. So a lot of additional capabilities being introduced there. But definitely the change management is much more seamless than it is of a normal implementation when moving from NAV to Business Central.